A folk religion you may not know about but should. Santa Muerte started in Mexico and now has quite a following here in Central Texas. People look to the skeletal woman known as Saint Death for protection, making her especially appealing to criminals. Aaron Jones joins us now to explain, and law enforcement believes that this is making them more bold, actually.
That's right, Mike. And just to put it in perspective, more than 400 million people around the world follow some sort of non-traditional religion or folk religion, according to the Pew Research Center. Santa Muerte is believed by many to be the most popular. You see signs and symbols of her in Austin streets every day, and law enforcement calls it a potential threat. However, a man we spoke to says it's often misunderstood.
She's always with me.
Statues of her sit in his home.
He's always in here.
The necklace he wears every day, even permanently etched on his arm.
This tattoo, I make it because she changed my life.
Manuel Gardoño is devoted to Santa Muerte, or Saint Death. After losing his job 4 years ago, a friend told him the skeletal woman would change his life.
And I started believing her, like that day, and a lot of things, they changed.
Despite many churches' stance against it, Santa Muerte is the fastest growing folk religion in the world. Jose Merla, a pastor with Buenas Nuevas Christian Church, calls it witchcraft.
But it is exactly what the Bible calls it, is witchcraft, and unfortunately is against God's word.
Her followers say anything they ask for, she returns.
Like right now, I have 3 jobs.
But Gardoño's beliefs have also led to problems with police. He says this statue makes his truck a target.
They bring the dogs who like to smell if I had drugs and that thing. They bring one. Like, I'm not a drug dealer.
Santa Muerte has become an icon for drug traffickers. They believe she has a tolerance for dark deeds. A prayer keeps them protected, allowing them to be more bold.
We're seeing more and more criminals that are praying to Santa Muerte.
Robert Almonte was an El Paso narcotics detective. He now gives seminars across the country warning law enforcement about this icon.
Officers are entering homes on drug search warrants, and they're encountering elaborate Santa Muerte shrines.
So yes, we've encountered them from a task force perspective many times here in the Austin area. It's not uncommon.
Hector Gomez with the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force says shrines he's seen during fugitive operations are filled with gifts offered to Santa Muerte in exchange for her protection.
Specifically, they'll have candles that will say, "Law, go away," and they'll light them up.
We do mainly come across it only during investigations that have to deal with Mexican drug cartels.
This undercover Austin police officer says one specific cartel that uses Santa Muerte in Austin, La Familia, now known as the Knights Templar.
They believe that the more sacrifice, the more gory or intense the sacrifice, the better off they will be with the Santa Muerte.
The Mexican government reports the group sacrificed humans in their rituals. When we asked if that's ever happened here,
I would say not yet.
These are some of the shrines authorities have encountered in the Austin area while entering homes of drug dealers. In 2 separate incidents, the names of a judge and probation officer were found written on a piece of paper.
Why would they do that? Do they intend to harm the judge or the probation officer?
Their hope is to actually have the officer or detective or whatnot, something bad happen to them, and they might be able to go free from their cases.
Almonte says it's important for authorities to know about Santa Muerte. He tells them,
With extra caution and just get your guard up.
But stresses just because someone worships Santa Muerte doesn't mean they're breaking the law.
I mean, there's a duality to everything, meaning it could be used for good or bad.
Every week, the owner of Green and White Grocery in East Austin says he's selling
Minimum of 60 candles to 100 candles.
to people on the right side of the law. Gardoño stresses,
You ask her for the bad thing, she help you. But you use her for a good thing, she help you.
he says Santa Muerte's followers come from all walks of life. She protects both the good and the bad. Aaron Jones, KVUE News.
Now, right now on our website, we have more background information on this growing folk religion and some of the rituals causing concern for the police.